Stradler, where are you? Get back in your cubicle. I'm not paying you to uncubicle yourself.
So the first part of today ended up being domestic chore day. I've been putting off using the fridge yet because it needed a good cleaning, and so I've just been throwing a few things in a cooler with some ice. But I've cleaned the inside of the fridge now, and now I'm just working on the pieces that I've taken out, the shelves and the drainage tray, etc. And I'm just giving them a good cleaning. Getting as much of that decades of smudge off that I can, and yeah, that's about it. This morning I spent uploading my points of interest that I've mapped out on Google Maps over the past few years. Uploaded those to my GPS, and I'm gonna head out this afternoon for a drive and see if any of those actually show up once I hit the road. But other than that, that's my day so far. So what day is this? It's Wednesday, April 20th. Yeah, April 20th, and I believe this is day 4. Wow, doesn't seem like I've been out here for 4 days, but I guess I have. Arrived at a new spot, which I'll show you much more about in a minute or in a little bit. But I just wanted to show you one thing. I have a bubble level. It's pretty accurate. But I also have an iPhone, and the level on it is also pretty accurate. Right now I'm just sitting off by about 1 degree a little bit. And it's funny because when I first stepped in here and put it down there, it's like literally 2 millimeters up on that edge, and I'm perfect. So yeah, little tip: use your iPhone level if you need to. I'm going to try it in a couple other spots of the trailer just to make sure, see how off my building is. Yeah, I don't know if I want to know, but anyway, new spot. Tell you about it in a minute. Bye. So I'm in a new spot today. I moved up from Beauvais Lake, which was a paid provincial park, so I only got myself for 2 days there. And then I moved up here because while I was out exploring from there, I found this place, and this is public land, free camping. I think there's like technically a 14-day limit, but I was talking to a couple people, and they basically said that sometimes people will come up in the early spring and kind of dump off their camper and then just keep coming back to it whenever they feel like it. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, so this is what I'm looking at. I do have neighbors. and a few of them have ATVs, so I'm expecting a little noise there. But so far it's been pretty quiet and pretty mellow. I met my neighbors over here, Wade and Cynthia. So when I'm away, they'll keep an eye on my stuff, and when they're away, I'll keep an eye on their stuff. So yeah, this is what I'm looking at. Not a bad view for free. So that gives me the option to camp here, unhook, and go exploring. Apparently there's quite a few things here. Wade was saying there's a plane crash up in the mountains. He's not sure you could get to it now because of the snow line is still pretty low, but that kind of, interested me. But yeah, an old 1940s plane apparently is up there somewhere. And yeah, there's other cabins and stuff around, so I'm going to go exploring tomorrow. Today I've been just kind of getting settled and trying to figure out some wiring issues in the trailer. I have some lights that work and some lights that don't, so I'm just trying to troubleshoot that and figure out what's going on. Other than that, I don't think there's too much to report. I have no cell signal up here, so when I'm out and about tomorrow, I'll probably drop a Facebook update or something. But other than that, here I am for a few days. We'll see what happens. All right. I'm just standing here out of the wind so you can hear me. This is St. Henry's Historic Church. It's a Roman Catholic church in southern Alberta. We're actually pretty close to the border. This was built in 1907. Now, I'm not a religious guy, as most of you know, but these structures are pretty cool, and they've been around a long time. So, history buff, yes. We'll leave it at that. Bingo! I found something interesting to shoot. Well, for me anyway. So, this whole girl is pretty much nothing but bones left. Also has a basement, so you want to be careful where you walk because you don't want to end up in it. But here's a little quick tour. Pigeons. Lots of pigeons. I don't know if I'll be going upstairs. It's still pretty sturdy in here, but once was a bathroom. My shoes. I wondered where I left them. Well, last night was the first night with rain. Well, the first rain of any kind. And it started about quarter to midnight and lasted till about, I'm going to say around 6 in the morning. So a good 6 hours, pretty heavy rain. Not a big deal. It's just the trailer has not been rain tested since we installed the solar on the roof. I'll touch on the solar install a little later. But yeah. So anyway, there's the dark side and the bright side. So the dark side is I did have a leak. The bright side is it's over nothing important. So it's not over my bed. It's not in my closets. It's not over the stove or the fridge or anything. This fifth flame going. It's not inside the electrical box where the charge controller and the inverter are. It's nothing like that. I got lucky. I'm going to say it. I got lucky. Basically, the water comes in here and starts dripping right about here onto my floor. What does that mean? I was out there looking at it. I need to get a taller ladder. So I'm going to, next time I'm in a major city, I'm going to pick up a taller, lightweight ladder that I can store in the truck. But I'm guessing this is one of the bolts that go through all the way to secure the solar panels, as well as this one. Now, on the roof, it goes like this. I believe there's a truss close to here. I can't remember exactly, but what I'm thinking is the water's pooling somewhere and then finding a screw hole, probably one of the other three that are not all the way through. They're just into the aluminum that are sealed with lap sealant, but they also don't really grab. So if they've bounced up and down and lap sealant's created a bit of a groove, it's hard to get under there because that's where the bracket is. So once it gets dry again, I'm going to get in there, and I brought another tube of lap sealant just in case and see what I can do. Is it a lot of water? No, but the funny thing is it rained all night till 6, and then all of a sudden at about 7:15 I woke up from my semi-nervous sleep to the sound of the water hitting the floor. It wasn't raining anymore. So basically the water had pooled enough and sat somewhere enough to find its way through. So I do have one small leak. I set down a couple towels. It caught it. It wasn't a big deal. That said, I'm not going to leave it. So eventually it will be dealt with. I've gone through this thing with a flashlight and a fine-tooth comb looking for anything else that might still be leaking since the roof repair. Well, close. Since the roof repair, and I haven't found anything else. Anyway, that's a little update for midday on Saturday. I'm going for a drive, and I'll see you later. Okay, bye. So, you want to see something funny? Yeah, not just this. There's more to it than that. Apparently, I went and got my eyes checked a couple years back, and apparently I still have 20/20 vision. But when I'm looking at things like maps, I have to hold them so far away that I can't read what I'm looking at. It's in focus, but I can't read it. So I stopped at good old Pincher Creek Walmart yesterday. Got myself some reading glasses. Now at a certain distance, I can now read my maps. Whoa, I can't look at you though. So yeah, getting old apparently. But now I know where I'm going. Despite last night's little fun fest, I believe I'm going for a drive to clear my head. Looks like I might end up all the way down to Coleman and Blairmore, which I can then cut across, come back up 507 and home later tonight. So there you have it. Old guy's going for a drive.
It's like working with a monkey.